Have you ever noticed how every other video, book, or course is promising you the secret to master anything fast? Learn Japanese in 30 days. Become a chess grandmaster in 1 month. Play guitar like a pro in 2 weeks. Sounds tempting, right? But here's the uncomfortable truth. This obsession with speed learning is silently destroying your focus, your discipline, and even your chance at real personal growth. Think about it. If we're constantly chasing hacks, shortcuts, and faster methods, what happens when the process gets tough? We quit. We swap methods. We lose consistency. And ironically, the very thing we wanted, skill mastery and self-improvement, slips further away. The irony is brutal. The faster you try to go, the slower your growth becomes. That's why some of the world's greatest achievers rely less on speed learning and more on deep work, mental clarity, and steady productivity tips. Now, I'm not saying learning techniques, study hacks, or mindset hacks are useless. They can be powerful. But here's the counterintuitive twist. Those tools only work when paired with patience, focus, and concentration, and the ability to overcome distractions. Without those, it's just another failed attempt at rapid skill acquisition. So today, let's dive into why trying to master anything fast is actually sabotaging your brain training, your learning mindset, and your long-term success habits, and what you can do instead to reclaim your focus. The illusion of fast mastery. Everyone loves the idea of shortcuts. Who wouldn't want to learn faster, right? The internet is full of courses promising rapid skill acquisition and books selling the dream of how to master skills in record time. But here's the catch. Fast mastery is often an illusion. A person might watch a video about a Japanese learning method and think they've cracked the code, but without deep work, self-discipline, and consistent practice, it won't stick. It's like pouring water into a bucket full of holes. You keep filling it, but nothing holds. Consider this. Someone wants to play guitar. They binge speed learning tutorials for weeks, but never slow down to actually practice the chords until their fingers hurt. Another tries study hacks for exams, but skips building real understanding. The result? A false sense of progress. They've checked boxes, but haven't built a mastery mindset. This is why so many people bounce from one productivity tip to another, constantly chasing life improvement but never gaining lasting skills. The danger here isn't just wasted time, it's frustration. The more someone fails at these quick win promises, the more they convince themselves they're not capable. They lose focus and concentration, and their learning mindset takes a hit. Instead of building confidence, they cultivate procrastination. And that frustration pushes them into yet another learn anything fast scheme, continuing the cycle. But what if instead of chasing speed, they focused on something deeper, something slower, something that actually rewires the brain for success? The real cost of speed learning. On the surface, speed learning sounds like a dream. Who wouldn't want to double their productivity and accelerate learning overnight? But beneath that shiny promise lies a hidden cost. The more a person obsesses over how to learn anything fast, the less mental clarity they actually have. Instead of developing a growth mindset and self-discipline, they scatter their energy across endless mindset hacks and study hacks. It feels productive, but it's actually just disguised procrastination. Think about how many times someone has jumped from one method to another. 1 week it's brain training apps, the next it's productivity tips from a podcast, then it's a brand new Japanese learning method. Each switch gives a quick dopamine hit. I've found the secret. But within days, focus and concentration vanish again. This isn't mastery, it's distraction dressed as progress. The irony is that in trying to stop procrastination, people are actually feeding it. The real cost isn't just lost time, it's eroded self-belief. Every failed attempt at mastering skills fast leaves behind a subtle thought. Maybe I'm not cut out for this. That mindset is poison for personal development and personal growth. What's worse, it conditions the brain to crave shortcuts instead of persistence. And once that habit forms, success habits like deep work and deliberate practice feel almost impossible. But here's the twist. The human brain is wired for mastery. It just needs the right approach. Why depth beats speed every time. If someone really wants skill mastery, the secret isn't in speed, it's in depth. Think of a tree. The taller it grows, the deeper its roots must be. Learning works the same way. A person who invests time in deep work, real focus and concentration, and consistent brain training ends up with skills that last a lifetime. Compare that with someone chasing speed learning. On the surface, they grow fast, but the moment challenges hit, they topple over because there's no foundation. Take language learning as an example. A student following a Learn Faster course might memorize phrases quickly, but when faced with a real conversation, they freeze. Meanwhile, someone who takes the slow approach, reading books, journaling daily, practicing with native speakers, may progress more gradually, but they build a rock-solid learning mindset. That's why the Japanese learning method, which emphasizes repetition and discipline, often creates real mastery, not just temporary fluency tricks. Depth always beats quick fixes. The beauty of going deep is that it transforms not only skills, but also character. Practicing piano daily for 20 minutes, committing to one page of writing every night, or focusing on one productivity tip until it becomes second nature. All of these create success habits. These aren't just actions, they're identity shifts. And once someone sees themselves as the kind of person who can focus, concentrate, and overcome distractions, their confidence skyrockets. And here's where it gets exciting, because depth doesn't just build skills, it opens the door to something even more powerful. Building self-discipline as the real shortcut. Here's the paradox. The ultimate hack for how to master skills isn't about learning faster, it's about building self-discipline. Think about it. All the study hacks, productivity tips, and mindset hacks in the world won't stick if a person can't stay consistent. The truth is, discipline creates the very mental clarity and focus and concentration that rapid skill acquisition promises but rarely delivers. It's not glamorous, but it works every single time. For example, someone who commits to reading just 10 pages of a book every day, rain or shine, will eventually finish dozens of books in a year. Another who writes 200 words daily will have a full manuscript in months. That's how self-improvement and personal growth really happen. Not in bursts of speed learning, but in steady, deliberate action. These small acts of discipline are like bricks. Over time, they build a fortress of mastery mindset. The best part? Discipline compounds. Once someone trains their brain to follow through on one habit, they can transfer that strength to others. That's why people who succeed in fitness often succeed in business, relationships, and learning techniques too. Self-discipline rewires the brain, making it easier to stop procrastination, improve focus, and pursue deep work. And here's the kicker. Once discipline takes root, the results come faster than any speed learning promise ever could. But there's one more piece of the puzzle that makes everything click. The long game of true mastery. Here's where it all comes together. Mastery isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. Real personal development happens when someone embraces the long game. Instead of asking how to learn anything fast, the better question is, how can I keep learning for the rest of my life? That shift in mindset toward patience, focus, and consistency unlocks a level of skill mastery that no quick fix can ever match. It's not about speed learning, it's about cultivating a mastery mindset that lasts. Think of athletes, musicians, or even top entrepreneurs. None of them became world-class overnight. A violinist spends years practicing scales. A CEO hones success habits through trial, error, and persistence. A language learner may use a Japanese learning method daily for years before fluency blossoms. These stories aren't failures of speed, they're triumphs of endurance. And the best part is, anyone can apply this. From daily brain training exercises to simple study hacks that strengthen memory over time. When someone embraces the long game, they stop chasing shortcuts and start embracing deep work and personal growth. They discover that life improvement isn't about overnight results, but about building resilience, mental clarity, and the ability to overcome distractions. That's the kind of growth mindset that fuels lasting change. And once a person realizes the power of this shift, they begin to see mastery not as a destination, but as a lifelong adventure. And that's where the real journey begins. So, here's the truth. Chasing the dream of mastering anything fast isn't just unrealistic. It's holding you back. Real growth, real mastery, and real personal development come from patience, self-discipline, and focus. When you stop obsessing over speed learning and start building deep work habits, clarity and consistency, you unlock a power most people never reach. And that's the secret. The slower you go, the deeper you grow. Now, I want to leave you with a question. What's one skill you've been rushing through that actually deserves your patience? Is it learning a language, writing, fitness, or maybe even building your own business? Imagine where you'd be a year from now if you committed to depth instead of speed. Wouldn't that change everything? If this message hit home for you, don't just close this video and forget it. Apply it. Take one productivity tip, one study hack, or one success habit and practice it daily. You'll be amazed at the transformation. And hey, if you want more insights on growth mindset, brain training, and life improvement, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell, because this is just the beginning of your mastery journey.